was 104 pounds overweight. I spiraled out of control. I didn't know how to get myself back into my fitness regimen, into my eating, healthy regimen. I didn't know how to do it. So in January 2024, I started walking 1 mile a day, every single day. No excuses. No excuses, okay? I just walked it. I did it. I didn't know where it was going to lead me to. I didn't know if it was going to help me lose weight. All I knew is that my body was hurting and I needed to do something. All right, y'all, I'm getting into this workout now. And now that I'm done doing the workout, I'm doing a voiceover right now. So I just want you all to know that I've gotten a lot of new subscribers. I've got a lot of people who have jumped on this journey with me, and I really appreciate those of you who have been with me here since 2019 when I started my journey after baby number 5, getting myself back in shape. Now, even though I started YouTube back in 2019, let me tell you, I've been exercising since I was in the 6th grade. So by the time I started posting videos on YouTube, I was already 5 children in and still, in shape. Okay. So, like I said, I've been exercising since the 6th grade, but anyhow, today was a really great workout. Today I felt rejuvenated. I felt refreshed. I felt not tired at all. I got a lot of rest, Saturday and Sunday. And yes, here on this channel, we work out Monday through Friday. But on Saturday and Sunday, we just rest, we relax, we catch up on things that we probably weren't able to do during the week because we were so busy with our fitness and with our families and, probably with ourselves. And we just didn't make enough time to get any rest. Okay, so don't feel guilty when you take off Saturday and Sunday for your rest days. The rest days are necessary. Your body needs a break. Your body has to have a break. You can't just be going 7 full days of working out, never taking a break, never taking a rest. Let me tell you, my body appreciates these 2 days that I take off. My mind appreciates the 2 days that I take off every single weekend. And I feel so great. Y'all, I'll just wake up late, in the morning. I'll sleep in. I'll stay up really late Friday and Saturday and sometimes Sunday. And I'll just enjoy my days off. I'm like, oh, yes, this feels so wonderful. I don't mind taking these days off. You definitely need them as long as you're putting in the work Monday through Friday. Okay. Well, however you choose to do your workout program. For me, I do Monday through Friday. I go hard every single day, Monday through Friday, doing my 20 hours of fasting that I do daily. And also walking my 2 miles a day for a total of 10 miles a week. And also doing 20 minutes of my weightlifting program every single day, Monday through Friday. Okay. I put in the work. I deserve the break on Saturday and Sunday. And I don't feel any guilt about it. I don't feel any shame about it. I just enjoy it. I enjoy it to the fullest. So once again, thank you to everyone who's been here with me since 2019. And thank you to all of you who came between 2019 and February 17th, 2025, because that's how long I've been going strong on this channel. There were, a few years or a couple of years where I fell off and I didn't post as much as I should have been. And that's because I fell off with my workout program. I fell off with watching, my calorie intake. I fell off because at that time I was counting my calories. Because after baby number 6, I actually got myself back down to another healthy weight before she was a year old. Actually, when she was like 10 months old, I had gotten myself back in shape from weightlifting and, walking and going to the gym and lifting heavy. So no excuse for, gaining weight just because we had children. I've had 7 children, so I can say it. I'm an expert at this. I can say it. By the time your baby is a year old, you should have worked yourself back into a good state of health by that time. And I've done that with every child of mine up until baby number 7. Now, when he turned 4 months old, I kind of lost my, weight, and I gained a whole lot of weight. Okay. So up until he was 4 months old, I was still exercising. I got myself back in shape. But for some reason, after having 7 children, I just felt so huge, and I wasn't even huge, but mentally I felt huge because I was still 4 months, fresh out from having a baby. So I convinced myself that what I was doing wasn't working, but in reality, it was working a whole lot. So I just stopped exercising. I gained about 30 pounds over the, next year or two. And I got, I just spiraled out of control. And I got to a point where I had to tell myself, hey, girl, come on now. Miss Lady, you're going down the wrong path here. This is not the way you're supposed to be going, because I'm someone who's exercised my entire life. I knew better. But, I was sulking and, oh, this kind of feels good not exercising. This kind of feels good not caring about what I eat. This kind of feels good, right? Until it got to the point where I had gotten so unhealthy that my body ached, that everything hurt, that I couldn't fit my clothes anymore. I had to start bagging up clothes that I was able to fit after baby number 7, right? While I was exercising. After I had gained those 30 pounds, I had to start bagging up those clothes and tucking them away and saying, well, I guess I'll never be able to fit these again. I had gotten in that state of mind where I'm like, I don't think I can turn it around this time. But let me tell you something. When you get sick and tired of being sick and tired of yourself being sick and tired, you're going to have this, moment of truth with yourself. I don't care how far gone you are. At some time, if you don't, let it go too far, because some people, they never get the chance to make that turnaround, right? But at some point in your unhealthy state, you're going to have a moment of truth with yourself, and you're going to say, hey, either I'm going to continue getting bigger or I'm going to do something about it. And nobody can do that for you but you. I don't care how many people who make, encouraging comments and say, hey, let's do this together, or maybe we should eat like this or eat like that, or doesn't even matter the mean comments that some people might say along your journey of being in an unhealthy state, because sometimes when you get so out of shape and unhealthy and you gained a lot of weight, you'll get to the point where if someone says something mean to you, you'll use that as fuel to say, okay, they said this about me, let me show them. But let me tell you, that only lasts for so long. Trying to show someone else what you're capable of only lasts for so long. Because when you're trying to prove to your own self, regardless of what anyone else thinks about you, until you're ready to prove to yourself that you're capable of achieving what you're trying to achieve and reach your goals, until you take that state of mind with your health, you'll never be able to change your health. You'll never care about, waking up at 5:30 in the morning, getting yourself ready to exercise and lift weights and walk your 2 miles a day. You'll never care about that. Never try to live up to expectations of other people. The only expectations that matter are the expectations that you have of yourself. So if you're someone who knows that you're super obese, you're overweight, you want to make a change in your life, the only thing that's going to get you to begin to make that change in your life is if you just have a moment of truth with yourself and say, hey, this is what I'm going to do every day. This is how I'm going to do it. This is how I'm going to stick to it. You may even venture out, watch other people's, workout videos and get some tips and tricks for them. But let me tell you, this is a journey of individuality. Your health is a journey of individuality. Okay, you got to make up in your mind that you're ready for change. You got to make up in your mind that you want to fit into those clothes you had to put up in the top shelf of the closet because you can't fit in them anymore. You got to make that change. You got to be willing to tell yourself, hey, I'm tired of going to the emergency room because my blood pressure is sky high. My blood pressure is 214/112. I don't want to end up like that anymore. And that happened to me in May of 2024. Let me tell y'all, that happened to me. I was feeling so weird. I felt like I was about to pass out on the, I didn't take the ambulance. I went in the car. Someone drove me, and I was feeling so weird on the way there that I was thinking to myself, oh, I don't know if I'm going to make it back home to my children. But it'll be okay. Got life insurance, right? I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't know if feel like I'm having a heart attack. I feel like I'm having a stroke. Now, heart problems do run in my family, my paternal side of my family. Heart problems, high blood pressure runs on my paternal side of my family. On my maternal side of my family, high blood sugar runs in my family, okay? But you got to remember, just because it runs in your family doesn't mean that you have to have it. You have more of the markers to have it. And that's only even more reason to watch how you're eating and making sure you're exercising and making sure you're weightlifting and making sure you're walking and doing cardio. I know the history of health on both sides of my family. And so, and even, on Sundays, I share with you all my food eating videos. I share with you all the groceries that I buy, for the week. And I show you the meals that I may potentially make, okay? But also in the beginning of those videos, I also show you what my blood sugar is. I also show you what my blood pressure is. And the reason I do that is because I had gestational diabetes with baby number 7. But while I was pregnant with him, I said, oh my goodness, I don't want to be labeled as someone with gestational diabetes. I don't want to pass this on to my child. I do not want to, get so lost in consuming the wrong foods that, I jeopardize the health of my baby boy that's about to be born, right? And even with baby number 6, which is my 6th daughter, I failed my 1-hour glucose test. But I didn't fail the 3-hour one because I was able to go home and come back in like a few days or a week or from there or whatever. And by that time, I had already self-corrected. I already told myself, hey, I'm not going to eat, horrible foods. I'm going to eat right. All I ate was like black beans and pasta, and pasta sauce and bean burritos. I mean, I couldn't keep a lot of things down with her. So I barely gained like 10 pounds while I was pregnant with baby number 6. Okay. But I got my food, issues under control with her as well. So I didn't have any, sugar problems. And to be honest with you, when she was born, her blood sugar was so low. It was like 17 when it should have been like 70 or 80. But she did end up in the NICU. Because of that, they had to get her blood sugar back up. And it's because I just refused to eat any sugar while I was pregnant with her. Even though I was eating carbohydrates, I didn't eat any sugar. Let me tell you, I didn't eat any sugar. And, it did affect her, but, I stayed away from the gestational diabetes. Now, with baby number 7, he didn't have any blood sugar issues when he was born. I was eating very, very clean when I was pregnant with him. And my blood sugar was staying stable. My blood pressure was staying stable. Even though through my whole pregnancy with him, my blood pressure stayed at like 140/80. It just was always, that's what my blood pressure was. But, the doctors, they monitored me and they were like, okay, if, it just stays here, you'll be okay. So it stayed there. I was able to, have my 4th VBAC with my baby number 7. I pushed him out, even though the doctor on call, who was not my doctor, she was trying to force me to have a C-section. And I'm like, I'm not having a C-section. Now, I believe C-sections are medically necessary when they're necessary. But the fact that I had 3 previous VBACs, and, my doctor, he's the one who allowed me to have the VBACs. But he had, that pandemic, sickness during the time. So he couldn't attend the birth. But he was very supportive, and he said, you're a great candidate. You've already had other VBACs, you can do it again. So the lady doctor who was on call that night in the ER when I, was wheeled in, she was set on me having another C-section. Nothing was wrong. My blood pressure was fine. My child's blood pressure was fine. It was just the fact that my water hadn't broken and she wouldn't break my water, but my body was trying to push baby boy out, but it couldn't because my bag of water hadn't broken. So finally the next morning she decides to, break my water, right? So as soon as they broke my water, within like an hour, I had baby boy. And we know our bodies. Everybody knows their bodies. We know when something's wrong. We know what it feels like inside, especially when we're birthing a baby. But she wouldn't listen to me. She wouldn't break my water. She said she wasn't authorized to do it, which I don't get. You're the doctor on call. How are you not authorized? Or maybe it was she didn't have any experience with someone who had had previous VBACs and she felt uncomfortable. I would have appreciated it a lot more had she just told me that, But anyhow, she went ahead and broke my water the next morning. Within about an hour, my body finished, dilating from an 8 centimeters to 10 centimeters. I was ready to push baby boy out. And, a whole nother doctor came in when it was time for me to push. And just so happened to be the same doctor who helped me previously with baby number 6. So I was grateful for that. And I never saw that doctor again. And it's crazy because, she was trying to put this doubt in my mind that I could not have this baby. And when I knew if you just broke my water, my body was trying to push the baby out. But hey, neither here nor there. That's what happened. But anyhow, my baby boy came out, no blood sugar issues, no health issues. He's perfectly healthy, perfectly fine. I think I went home the very next morning, and that was that. So everything went perfectly fine. But after him, my blood sugar, I did continue taking my blood sugar and everything, my blood pressure. And I would say for the majority, after having baby number 7, my blood pressure ranged from like the 130 range down to probably stayed about 130 over 80. So, and that's because I wasn't watching what I was eating. I was still eating a lot of fast food, and I wasn't exercising, of course. And that's how I wound up in the emergency room with a blood pressure of 214 over 112. Y'all, that was pretty scary. So they put me on blood pressure medication, which I took probably about 10 pills over the course of the next 6 months or whatever. But then once I started walking my 2 miles and doing my fasting for 20 hours a day and doing my weightlifting, my blood pressure has stabilized. It's like in the 120s over 80s now. So, I am a firm believer. If you got, I'm a firm believer that due to my exercising, due to my weightlifting, my fasting, my walking my 2 miles a day, that has greatly contributed to me being able to control my blood pressure and my blood sugar. Now, I would definitely say also eating home cooked meals has also contributed to me being able to get my blood pressure and my blood sugar under control as well. And I will tell you, when I eat out, I will tell you this, it does bother my blood pressure because the amount of salt and preservatives that are in the foods that, we get from these fast food restaurants, it does have an effect on me. I don't know if it's like that for anyone else, but it does have an effect on me. And that's why I'm happy to cook my burgers and fries at home. I'm happy to cook my tacos at home. I'm happy to make homemade baked cookies at home. I'm happy to make my egg rolls at home. I'm happy to have my whatever I have a taste for. I make it at home for me and my family, and I don't, eliminate any food groups from my diet. I eat what I want. Whatever I have a taste for after my 2 p.m. fast is over, my 20-hour fast is over, that's what I have. And, I found it pretty hard to really overeat after fasting for 20 hours a day. Because you can only get in so much food in a 4-hour window, really. So what I do is I immediately, I'll break my fast with like a salad or something of that nature. And then I'll go ahead and eat whatever I cook for my family. And by the time it gets like close to like 5:30 p.m., I'm already looking at the clock. Day number 1 of 5. Have you all got your cardio in? Have you got your weightlifting in? Have you counted your calories today? Have you fasted for the total number of hours that you said you would fast, okay? I'm putting in this work. I'm doing my cardio. I'm doing my weightlifting. I'm, doing my fasting during the time frame that I said I was going to fast for 20 whole hours every single day. And the weight is coming off. On average, I'm losing about 2 pounds every week. And if you haven't saw what I eat in a week, I did post that video earlier. So check that out. If you're someone who's confused about what can I eat, what can I not eat? I don't limit things when it comes to things that I eat during my window of eating from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. every day, okay? I don't limit. If I cook something for my family, that's what I'm eating. If my children have snacks, I'll eat a little bit of those. I'm not going overboard. So I think that's a minute of walking. But anyhow, I gained a lot of weight after I had baby number 7. And it wasn't because I had baby number 7. Because 4 months Up until he was 4 months old, I was exercising, I was eating right, I was losing the weight. And then when he hit 4 months old, I kind of like got burnt out and I just stopped doing everything that I was doing. And I gained a lot of weight over the next 2 years. All right, so I gained a lot of weight. When he turned 2 years old, I was the heaviest I'd ever been in my entire life. I had gotten to over, I was like 104 pounds overweight. Do y'all know what it feels like to be 104 pounds overweight? I'm not that currently. I've lost a lot of weight since then, but I was 104 pounds overweight. I spiraled out of control. I didn't know how to get myself back into my fitness regimen, into my eating, healthy regimen. I didn't know how to do it. So one day I just said, hey, when he turned 2, so in January 2024, I started walking 1 mile a day, every single day. No excuses, okay? I just walked it. I did it. I didn't know where it was going to lead me to. I didn't know if it was going to help me lose weight. All I knew is that my body was hurting and I needed to do something, okay? So I just started walking 1 mile every single day. I didn't skip a day. And lo and behold, my body started to slim down. I didn't lose any weight. I actually gained like 10 pounds walking 1 mile a day because I didn't switch how I was eating. I didn't watch what I was eating. I was eating fast food like 4 times a week. I was spiraling out of control. Even though I was making a change with the 1 mile a day, that wasn't putting a dent in anything I was doing on the eating side because I didn't self-correct, okay? So I did that for a whole 10 to 11 months, and then I started walking 2 miles a day. I started fasting for 20 hours a day. I started getting back into my weightlifting program that's right here on my YouTube channel. You can find it there. It's a 5-week workout program, lots of variety. This is my 3rd round of doing these workouts since December 7th, 2024, okay? It's currently February 17th, 2025, okay? In that time frame, I've lost weight. I've lost 2 pounds a week since December 7th, 2024, okay? So it will happen if you put in the work. Nothing's going to happen. You're going to either spiral more and more out of control until you just your weight goes up and up and up and up and up until you decide to be honest with yourself and say, hey, I'm out of control. I don't like the direction this is going. I don't like how I'm feeling. I don't like I don't like how my blood pressure is looking. I don't like how my blood sugar is looking. I don't like how I'm feeling when I'm waking up in the morning. I just feel, strange. If you are truly honest with yourself and you're ready to make a change, the first step to recovery is admitting that you have a problem, okay? And sometimes we're our own problem. I was my own problem. I had to put one foot in front of the other and say, hey, I'm going to walk this 1 mile, and then I'm going to, fast 20 hours a day. I'm going to, do my weightlifting program. I'm going to walk 2 miles a day. I'm going to up what I'm doing because I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to not feel horrible after a night's sleep, right? I deserve not to have swollen thighs that hurt when I touch them, okay? So when you finally make up in your mind that you're ready to make a change, you're going to do it. And I have a triple threat strategy, y'all. Walk 2 miles a day. Or you can choose any cardio you choose to do. Doesn't matter. Do 2 miles a day. I'm fasting 20 hours a day, okay? Daily. Or you can count your calories. Figure out how many calories you need for your body, okay? Count your calories. And on top of that, I'm weightlifting 20 minutes a day, 5 days a week, okay? I'm doing all of that, losing 2 pounds a week, eating what I want. It's just going so smoothly. I'm doing everything at a steady pace of consistency, okay? And if you can do that, you'll begin to see some changes. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. I hope I'm inspiring you. And I just want to show y'all the way because I know what it feels to be 104 pounds overweight, okay? I know what that feels like, and it's not because I had children. I will never blame the fact that I got to the heaviest weight I've ever been in my entire life on the fact that I've had 7 children. That's not what got me that big because after having 7 children, every single time, once they were about a year old, I had gotten that weight off. I got myself back in shape. The weightlifting, the walking, the eating right, I was able to get back in shape. So I know it wasn't due to having children being the reason that I gained so much weight. It's because I gave up on myself. I stopped exercising. I stopped eating right. I stopped taking care of me. And when you reach that point, even if you had children or not, what's going to happen is you're going to gain a lot of weight. You're going to get super unhealthy. Things are going to start going downhill for you. So if you don't want to do that, if you no longer want to do that, if you no longer want to be in that state of health, all you have to do is put in some effort. Write in your journal. Say, hey, this is what I'm going to do every single day, and do it. I don't care what happens. No excuses. Just do it. I don't care how you're feeling. I don't care how tired you're feeling. I don't care if you didn't get any sleep the night before. Do the strategy. Things will change, okay? I'm seeing the change for myself. That's how I can tell you that it works. That's how I can tell you what you need to do, okay? 7 children, still getting myself right after giving up on myself, but it's working. Do the work, you'll see the change. Have you done your cardio today? Have you done your weightlifting today? Have you fasted the number of hours you said you were going to fast, whether that's 12 hours, 16 hours, 18 hours, 20 hours, 23 hours. Some people do it that long. I don't. I do 20 hours. Or have you counted your calories today? It's a triple threat strategy, okay? If you do the work, if you follow the strategy, things will change, all right? I wish you all the best. Don't give up on yourself, and if you have, admit that you've given up on yourself and make a change for the better, okay? I will see you all tomorrow. We're done with day number 1 of 5. Tomorrow we'll do day number 2 of 5, and just keep it moving no matter what. All right, leave comments, questions down below in my comment section. You know, hit that like button so we can get more people, you know, doing the right thing with their lives, with their health, improve their health. It's not about how we're looking. It's about how we're feeling. It's about, are we in a great state of health? That's what I'm focused on, okay? The looks will come, all right? But let's focus on the right things and make changes where necessary. See y'all tomorrow.